Somewhere at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean lies a layer of rock, so dense with bones it forms a permanent scar on the Earth's geological memory. Scientists call it a bone bed, a horrifying monument to a time when entire marine ecosystems collapsed. Not because of war, not because of one monster, but because the ocean itself became the killer. We imagine the ocean as a source of life, but what if for millions of years it was a factory of death? In Earth's past, there were moments when the seas didn't nourish life and they choked it. Species vanished by the thousands. Coral reefs turned into deserts, and thick black waves reeked of sulfur and decay. What could have triggered such a mass, watery grave? What invisible force turned entire oceans into death traps? Today, we dive into one of Earth's most haunting transformations. The story begins roughly 250 million years ago, at the end of the Permian period, a time when life was thriving like never before. The continents were merged into a single supercontinent, Pangaea. The climate was warm, ocean currents were stable, and both land and sea teemed with complex life. Marine biodiversity reached a historic peak. Coral reefs stretched for miles, ammonites spiraled through clear waters, and massive sea predators like the helicoprion patrolled the open ocean. But under this apparent paradise, a silent catastrophe was brewing. Deep in the ocean, oxygen levels were slowly dropping. Methane was building. Volcanic activity from the Siberian Traps was injecting vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the air. The Earth was suffocating. The killer wasn't a creature, it was the ocean itself. During the Permian-Triassic extinction event, also known as the Great Dying, up to 96% of all marine species were wiped out. The ocean became what scientists call an anoxic environment, a place devoid of oxygen. Without oxygen, marine animals couldn't breathe, but that was only the beginning. As oxygen disappeared, sulfur-loving bacteria took over. These microbes released hydrogen sulfide gas, a chemical so toxic it can kill on contact. Hydrogen sulfide seeped into the ocean, killing fish, coral, mollusks, and plankton. Then it began to vent into the atmosphere, destroying the ozone layer and poisoning the land as well. The oceans didn't just become graveyards, they became weapons of planetary destruction. The sedimentary record confirms this horror. Across the world, scientists have found black shale layers from this period, rich in organic matter but devoid of complex fossils. One such discovery in China revealed a sudden drop in the fossil diversity, sandwiched between normal marine sediment, a clear before and after snapshot of the apocalypse. In Greenland, isotopic analysis shows massive spikes in carbon-13 and oxygen-18, fingerprints of extreme global warming and oxygen depletion. But perhaps the most haunting evidence? Fossilized reefs that simply stop. Coral skeletons vanished from the geological timeline for nearly 14 million years. Reefs weren't just damaged, they were erased. The Permian-Triassic extinction was the worst extinction event in Earth's history. It didn't just wipe out species, it reset evolution. Entire lineages of marine invertebrates went extinct. Trilobites, which had survived for hundreds of millions of years, vanished forever. On land, only a handful of vertebrates survived. Insects suffered massive losses, an extremely rare occurrence. But with devastation came opportunity. In the shadow of death, new forms of life began to crawl back. Among them were the ancestors of the first true dinosaurs, and in the ocean, new predators evolved to fill the void left by extinction. Without the graveyards of the Permian, the Jurassic might never have risen. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. The same factors that turned oceans into graveyards are showing signs of re-emerging today. Modern oceans are warming, coral reefs are bleaching, oxygen-depleted dead zones are appearing in the Gulf of Mexico, the Arabian Sea, and even off the coast of California. Industrial carbon emissions echo the volcanic carbon surge of the Siberian Traps. We are watching in real time the early symptoms of an event Earth has seen before. The question is, will we act in time to stop it? Because history isn't just a story in stone. Sometimes it's a warning whispered through fossils, and right now the oceans are speaking again.